Hello, I'm Crystal with Whole New Perspective. Welcome to my channel. Guys, today I am going to be making more pickles, dill pickles to be exact. And so I want to bring you along with me. But before I do that, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so. All you need to do is just click that button below. And while you're at it, go ahead and click that like button for me. Thank you, I appreciate that. Now listen, I purchased, I think it was a bushel of these cucumbers from my farmer's market. And I will show you that. I decided to go ahead and make these dills. Now I soak them in a saltwater brine just to help keep them crunchy, and I don't have a video of that, but I did do that, and so I hope that that is going to help to keep these crunchy. Now normally I like to use my ball canning book, and I use my ball recipes to make these pickles. But what I decided to do this time was to purchase this kosher dill pickle in a bag. This is my first time ever using a pickle mix. I've heard good things about it, so I'm just gonna give it a try. Now I did use this brand to make salsa back in January, and actually it was really good. And so I thought I would just give this a try too. So we'll see what I end up with. I'll use it whether we eat it as pickles or just chop it up as relish. I do like relish, and I don't have pickles right now to make relish. So that's a good thing to do when you don't have the relish. Just take your pickles and cut them up so that you can make relish out of them that way. So I have been jarring things up all weekend, and I am going to get those videos edited and I'll put them out for you to view. This is all part of my hashtag Jar It Up 2023 challenge. Now I started this challenge in January for those of you that are new to my channel. And in all honesty, it really was a challenge for me to go ahead and put more food on my shelves. And that's what I have been doing. And now that it's summertime, I don't have a huge garden, but I have a farmer's market and I know my farmers. So that's one of the things that you can do, is to get to know your farmers. You can get good deals on the vegetables right now. So that's what I'm going to be doing, guys. I have these cucumbers. I'm going to be making these pickles. I'm following this recipe. This is not going to be a how-to video. I do have a how-to video. I have it with chicken, and I also made a video, I believe it was with my strawberry jam, that it was a how-to video with the water bath canner. So this isn't going to be a how-to video, but what I would ask you to do is to do your research when you are watching me or anyone else can, just to make sure that it is a safe canning method or something that you trust your family to eat. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started with this. This is a water bath canning method. I will bring you along with me, but all I'm doing is following the guides on the back of this. And I am using my Cadco hot plate. I do get a lot of questions about that, and I did another video canning pickles. It was with white cucumbers, and I talked a little bit more about that Cadco hot plate. So listen, I will put that down in the description box, along with several other things that I use. If you are interested in any of that, just go ahead and click on it, and you can see what those things are and how much those things cost. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead over to my stove. I already have my 3.5 cups of vinegar, and you wanna make sure that it's 5% acidity. I have my 7.5 cups of water, and then all I need to do now is put this pouch in there. And then from then on, I'm just following these instructions. I do have my jars. They are in my dishwasher. Again, when you are water bath canning, it is important that your jars are sterilized. It's much different than pressure canning. So water bath canning, you do want to make sure that your jars are sterilized. So that's what I'm doing right now. got my water heating up in my water bath canner. I do have a ball water bath canner, but you can also use stock pots. That's what I have for this, a tall stock pot that I'll be using. I'll show you that. And very easy. You just want to make sure though, if you're using a stock pot, that you put a towel or something down on the bottom, because you don't want your jars to be rattling and that could cause them to break. Now make sure you've checked all your jars, and then go ahead and get everything prepared. Get your lids washed and ready to go. So that's what I'm going to be doing right now. And I'm going to be using the 1.5 pint size jars. That's what I wanted to use for these. They're a perfect size for us to not have too much or not have too little, but I may go ahead and use some of the pints as well. I may even use a quart, but we'll see. I'm not exactly sure how many jars this will fill, but we'll see when we get to that. So it's important when you are washing your jars, sterilizing your jars, that you have a variety. You want to make sure that you have a variety of jars, okay? That way, if you have more or little, less, you can use a different size jar. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I have a variety of jars that I am sterilizing. So I'm going to go ahead and get this package on the stove, and I'll show you what it looks like, okay? So this is what the mixture looks like. Sorry for the shadow. I'm in the sun right now. I'm facing the sun, and so therefore there is a shadow. Plus, my water bath canner is steaming. So I'm just getting ready to go ahead and put these pickles into my canner. So guys, my cucumbers are finally starting to come along now. And so we like to eat those fresh. And then sometimes we just cut them up and we put vinegar in them like that. And then we will have these pickles for later on. So let's see. So I'm gonna go ahead and add them to the canner. And remember, you need to make sure that your water is at least 1 inch above your jars when you're water bath canning. So I'm going to continue to put these into the water bath canner, and then I'll bring you back. They will process for 15 minutes. These are quart jars, and I also have some of the 1.5 pint jars. We don't eat a ton of pickles, so this will be enough for us, and it will also be good, again, like I mentioned, for me to chop up and to use as relish. I have all of the jars in here. There are 4 quarts and 4 1.5 pint size jars. Now, I did tell you to make sure that you have it at above 1 inch, and I can eyeball it and know, but if you can't, just use your little debubbler and it will let you know that there's 1 inch above your jars. So I'm going to go ahead and put the lid on it and get it boiling. And guys, this will process once the boil comes to a roll. It'll process for 15 minutes because we have quarts in here. This is all I had left. I didn't have enough pickles to ferment or enough cucumbers to ferment, and this really was all the brine that was left over as well. So it was perfect. I'm just going to let this cool off. Then I'll sit it in my refrigerator and we'll just use these for snacking. So this is what I have. I ended up with 3 quarts and 3 1.5 pint jars. I had a mishap with one of the quart jars. So guys, I'm just gonna let them sit here overnight, and afterwards I'm gonna go ahead and get them cleaned up tomorrow. Thank you so much for coming along with me as I am giving this Mrs. Wages kosher dill pickles a try. I'll definitely let you know how they are once we have started to eat them. This will probably be the first one that we eat, since this one will be in the refrigerator, and I may bring it out and give it a taste test, but I appreciate you coming. Listen, if you are jarring something up, Please don't forget to use the hashtag JarredUp2023 for my challenge and tag me on that so that I can see the wonderful things that you are jarring up. Now is the time for us to go ahead and get our things jarred up. Continue stocking our pantry shelves with our home canned foods. I look forward to hearing what you're jarring up down below. Thank you so much. We will see you soon.